Hello and good morning, viewers. It is a pleasant Saturday morning. I am Mebanshan Wapongrop and I warmly welcome you to the Breakfast News, where we keep you updated with the latest news. Here are the top headlines for this morning. NPP campaigns for DRL Nonglat in Jirang ahead of Shillong by poll. Meghalaya's young football stars felicitated for European triumph. Assam floods remain grim, death tolls rises to 61. Prime Minister Narendra Modi thanks youth for response to paper leak reform video. And India rejects Pakistan's flood claims, says Indus Treaty remains in abeyance. And now for the detailed bulletin, first the local news. The National People's Party held a campaign meeting at Patharkhama Market in Rebhoy's Jirang constituency yesterday, where candidate DRL Nonglat sought support for the upcoming Shillong parliamentary by-election. The meeting was attended by Meghalaya Deputy Chief Minister Sniaw Bhalangdhar, Jirang MLA Sosthenes Sotun, Mauhati MLA Charles Marngar and others. Addressing the gathering, Dr. Nonglat said that if elected, he would work to raise key issues affecting Meghalaya in Parliament, including the inclusion of the Khasi language in the 8th schedule of the Constitution and the implementation of the Inner Line Permit.
Kumneda datin haki basa yo bon teli kisnam ngaro ngairap di jindi mai hayo atkalam ke paswatna ban kemau ya kemenor abang ini kini ki basa yo ki badan hamni ya kemau ya kapur bangadan kena bat kini dalam galat yang ban khaidir sepang la ke jong ke jingen hamni khmat Jom kesulat berkini kejaka bagi penyang yang kita kajian tak niat diaran hamrai natib bakhambuan kidan hala dijam ki basa dijam ki bukan dijam ki mansumar ki di dijam ki imar ki mata dijam ki bakum juro ki non tiet martat lese dan ki badan haki dukan menta bak kinon di bade tiet bade pet ya kentu ya pi apit serobha ya kepada sengap sipor ya kini kejim percaya pada kejoli.
A two-day training program on bee colony management and mitigation of colony losses concluded at the Horticulture Training Hall in Nongstoin. Organized by the Meghalaya Farmers Empowerment Commission in collaboration with the District Horticulture Office, West Khasi Hills, the program equipped beekeepers and farmers with scientific knowledge and practical skills on bee colony management, disease and pest control, seasonal management and methods to reduce colony losses. The training concluded with an interactive session and the distribution of participation certificates.
Được mau, hả? Được mau. Được mau.
Two young footballers from Meghalaya, Megham Krao Nongrem and Donald Mirthong, were felicitated by the Seng Samla Maulai Pillun for their outstanding achievements in international youth football. The duo helped Minerva Academy Football Club win the prestigious Helsinki Cup in Finland and successfully defended the 2026 Gothia Cup Under-12 title in Sweden. Mekham Krau scored the match-winning late free kick in the Gothia Cup final against Brazil's RS Sports Yellow, while Donald also played a vital role in the team's European success.
Like I stay there along our best. Like I got team work along our best. I think like I along our best. Yeah, the player kita don't give a trim but trim. Kita don't give a trim rock. Kita don't give a like. Kita don't give a hair rock. We like I lang. Aga final Helsinki Cup ni job kawilan not. Aga Gothia ni job arlang we. Ya aga Helsinki Cup final ni job ya Finland team. Da aga Gothia Cup ni job ya Brazil team. Athang jangan ada bapan le. Hard work hap le kai ba ban select le India ban le kai World Cup. Kakateng jangan ada udanal martang nasyang sa hari siang nong stan. Kasnem jangan kat Arsenal. Kajing le kai kabas ngupang pakadon ketu kat nekitim kiba babhadan ketu kibom lar ketim kajing le kai ro kas ngupang pa. Ngaso kuman ngaso sarong ba ni na Meghalaya ngi layo mikmat.
And now the regional news. The flood situation in Assam continues to remain critical, with more than 7 lakh people affected across 12 districts. The India Meteorological Department has issued a yellow alert for Assam and Meghalaya, warning of more heavy rainfall. Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma has reviewed the situation with senior officials as rescue and relief operations continue across the flood-hit state.
Doyang and Dhonsiri is high alert because NTPC has opened the door of the reservoir. However, there is a COSAS release as of now. They are releasing in a more controlled way. As of now, we have not feeling the impact on ground. However, they will release for next 2 days. So we cannot rule out anything. So we are on alert. But as of now, they are, both the river is below danger level. Even Guwahati airport is now receiving a threat because of water which are coming from the hillock of Meghalaya from that part. Now, these are the, like Bornihat, Meghalaya government has stopped the development activity because of pollution. I think Meghalaya government has to take a sympathetic consideration regarding the impact in Assam. So I will only appeal Meghalaya government to see that how development in around Zorabat can be controlled. Otherwise, Guwahati will be unmanageable city.
And now the national news. Following his earlier video announcing tougher measures against paper leak, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has thanked the country's youth for their overwhelming response and valuable suggestions. In a new video shared on his Instagram handle, Prime Minister Narendra Modi appreciated the positive feedback from young people after he announced the government's proposal to establish fast-track courts and impose stricter punishment for paper leaks, reaffirming its commitment to examination reforms.
कल देर रात आपसे मिलने का मौका मिल गया। मेरे जो वीडियो पोस्ट किया था उसको जिस प्रकार से आपने रिस्पॉन्ड किया, सकारात्मक सुझाव दिए, थैंक्स टू एवरीबॉडी। ये आपका प्यार बना रहेगा, हमारा नाता और अधिक सक्रियता से जुड़ता रहेगा। थैंक यू दोस्तों।
The Union Cabinet has approved a draft bill to establish fast-track courts and provide stricter punishment for paper leaks and examination malpractices. The decision was taken at a cabinet meeting chaired by Prime Minister Modi at the Parliament House complex. The proposed legislation is expected to be introduced in the Parliament next week. Meanwhile, the National Testing Agency has terminated 47 officials from service, with legal and criminal action also expected against some of them. The measures are part of the comprehensive overhaul of the NTA following the controversy over paper leaks. India has said the Indus Water Treaty will remain in abeyance until Pakistan ends support for cross-border terrorism. Ministry of External Affairs spokesperson Randhir Jaiswal dismissed Pakistan's claim that India caused flooding, stating the rise in the Chenab River was due to heavy monsoon rainfall, as confirmed by Pakistan's own flood authorities. He also reiterated India's objection to China's activities in Indian territory and condemned the attack on cargo vessel MV Golden Leo, saying commercial ships and seafarers must never be targeted.
का यह आरोप कि भारत जानबूझकर पानी छोड़कर बाढ़ की स्थिति उत्पन्न कर रहा है, यह पूरी तरह से गलत है, निराधार है। 20 से 23 जुलाई के बीच में चेनाब नदी के बहाव में जो वृद्धि आया है, वह जम्मू और आसपास के इलाके में जो भारी बारिश हुई है उसका नतीजा है। गौर करने वाली बात यह है कि पाकिस्तान की अपने बाढ़ पूर्वानुमान प्रभाग या विभाग जो लाहौर में स्थित है, उसने 22 जुलाई को जारी अपनी बाढ़ चेतावनी में चेनाब नदी में बाढ़ के ऊंचे स्तर का कारण ऊपरी जल क्षेत्र में भारी बारिश को बताया था। इसमें यह भी कहा गया था कि मराला में पानी का तेज बहाव बना रहेगा और बारिश कम होने पर वह धीरे धीरे घटेगा। इसलिए नदी में बहाव में यह वृद्धि भारी मानसून बारिश की एक प्राकृतिक प्रतिक्रिया है, न कि भारत द्वारा जानबूझकर उठाए गए कदम का नतीजा। मानसून की वजह से आई बाढ़ की यह घटना को ऊपरी क्षेत्र से की गई छेड़छाड़ के रूप में पेश करने की कोशिश बिल्कुल गलत है।
And now for some international news. President Draupadi Murmu met Romanian Prime Minister Ilie Bolazan in Bucharest and held talks to strengthen the India-Romanian partnership. The two leaders reviewed bilateral ties and discussed expanding cooperation in trade, investment, clean energy, connectivity and emerging technologies, while reaffirming their commitment to deepening strategic relations between the two countries.
One of the world's fastest growing major economies. Our economic growth is driven by sound microeconomic fundamentals, a vibrant entrepreneurial ecosystem, a large and skilled workforce, and sustained commitment to reforms. India is undergoing a remarkable transformation, emerging as a global leader in technology, innovation, and sustainable development, and experiencing significant success in sectors like renewable energy, digital technology, information technology, telecom, auto and auto components, pharma and biotechnology, space and fintech. Our vision of Viksit Bharat 2047 aims to transform India into a developed nation by the centenary of our independence. This journey presents immense opportunities for international partnerships, investment, and technology collaboration. India is undertaking initiatives to create a transparent, predictable, and investor-friendly business environment by simplified taxation and production-linked incentives.
The United States has imposed new tariffs of up to 12.5% on imports from 60 trading partners, including China, the European Union, and the UK. Washington said the move targets a country failing to address forced labor concerns, while trade experts say it is aimed at reducing the US trade deficit and protecting domestic manufacturing. The tariffs replace a similar levy that expired today, despite an earlier US Supreme Court ruling that many tariffs imposed under emergency powers were enacted illegally. And now for some action from sports. India opened its medal tally at the 2026 Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, with Jhandu Kumar winning bronze in the men's heavyweight para powerlifting event. The Bihar athlete secured the podium with a lift of 190 kg after narrowly missing a Commonwealth Games record with his final 196 kg attempt. Jhandu's achievement marks a remarkable journey from overcoming polio and financial hardships to becoming India's first medalist at the Glasgow Games.
Fabulous moments for a very proud nation. Saluting the new Commonwealth champion in the S13 men's 100 metres freestyle. Nathan Hendricks won it in style. Wonderful swim from him. Silver to Scotland.
This is it.
Bronze to England.
Can he make it?
Defending champions India have secured direct entry into the quarter-finals of both the men's and women's T20 cricket events at the 2026 Asian Games in Aichi, Japan. The women's competition will be held from September 17th to 22nd, while the men's tournament is scheduled from September 24th to October 1st. Shreyas Iyer will captain the men's team, while Harmanpreet Kaur will lead the women's side. And now for the weather report. First, let's take a look at the weather report in Tura. Minimum temperature 23 degrees Celsius, maximum temperature 32 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity is 77% and rainfall at 3.4 millimeters. Moving on to Shillong, the minimum temperature is 18 degrees Celsius, maximum temperature 27 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity is 85% and rainfall at 11.8 millimeters. Meanwhile, in Jowai, minimum temperature is at 19 degrees Celsius, maximum temperature 27 degrees Celsius, relative humidity is 78% and rainfall at 2.1 millimeters. And the forecast in Tura, Shillong and Jowai says moderate rain with thunderstorm likely to occur at many places. Before we come to an end, let us take a look at the headlines once again. NPP campaigns for DRL Nonglat in Jirang ahead of Shillong by poll. Meghalaya's young football stars felicitated for European triumph. Assam floods remain grim, death toll rises to 61. Prime Minister Narendra Modi thanks youth for response to paper leak reform video. And India rejects Pakistan's flood claim, says Indus Treaty remained in abeyance. That is all we have for you this morning. Thank you for starting your day with the breakfast news. Stay tuned as we bring the Khasi Bulletin up next. Do follow us on our social media platform as we bring to you latest updates. Until then, have a wonderful day ahead. Goodbye.